So, season 2 of Just Like That is currently being shot, and so I thought it will be fun to share with you my silly and unhinged ideas for possible storylines. Now, I do recognize that my suggestions are wishful thinking, but since Christmas is around the corner, let us take this video as my letter to Santa. Just instead of toys and candy, I'm asking for Charlotte and Natasha to become friends, Miranda to get a makeover, and better side characters than Bitsy von Muffling to return to the show. So in this very light-hearted video, there won't be any official spoilers for season 2 nor serious discussion, just my pure imagination running wild. And I invite you to share your fantasy version of season 2 of Just Like That in the comments section. So let's go. In my Just Like That Season 1 review, I aimed to discuss serious problems with the show like performative wokeness and tokenism. So I really didn't touch on 1,000 scenes and storylines that drove me insane. And I mean insane. Like the fact that during Lily's piano recital, everyone seemed like they had never ever heard her play before, which makes no sense. Charlotte is the type of a mother that would non-stop record her daughter on her phone and then play all the recordings to her friends. And I'm sure that this squad would hear Lily practice every time they visit Charlotte and Harry's house. Because I don't think they were this shocked by her starting Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata from the third movement and not from the beginning, which was pretty shocking to me. Another thing, in one of the Carrie Samantha's texting scenes, we can clearly see that Carrie wrote to Samantha, "Walked past La Perla today, I miss you." And I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not recall them having a bonding experience over shopping in La Perla. Yes, in season 6 of Sex and the City, they went lingerie shopping together, but the store was definitely not La Perla, because La Perla sells elegant stuff. Or was it? Either way, it's pretty rude, and it only shows that Carrie sees Samantha as a randy and promiscuous woman. But what drove me nuts the most was how the show handled the global panoramic, which was very much in the spirit of the past, and everyone was reminiscing about it as if it happened in their teenage years.
Remember when we had to legally stand 6 feet apart from one another?
Yeah, I miss it.
Not only it was pretty tone deaf, but also what a waste of opportunity. That's why I wish in season 2 the show will redeem itself and give us a small flashback to March 2020 where we could see how all the established characters would have acted in this situation. I think it will be hilarious to see Charlotte manically disinfect door handles 5 times a day, Miranda knowing all the latest statistics and recommendations, and Anthony's first foray into bread baking. Mr. Big would be conspiracist, no doubt about that, and Carrie probably would be like, "As I waited in line for my second shot, I couldn't help but wonder, should I give my Judith Lieber swan bag a second shot?" Or, "As I walked through empty streets of New York, I couldn't help but wonder, what if I never broke up with Aiden? And now, instead of walking through this dirty and sad city in my Manolos, I would be giving Architectural Digest a tour of our gorgeous countryside cabin filled with designer furniture where we could social distance in style." Please, Santa, make it happen. I don't think that And Just Like That will ever attract hordes of new fans, so maybe bringing back more side characters from the original SATC series would at least satisfy old fans. Personally, I would love to see Sid back in the show. In season 1 of Sex and the City, Miranda was mistaken for a lesbian by her co-worker and set on a blind date with a woman named Sid. Not only Miranda used Sid to increase her chances of becoming a partner in her law firm, but she also kissed her. And if it meant anything to Sid, if her heart got broken, well, Miranda really didn't care about that. All she cared was proving herself that she was straight back then. But, and just like that, Miranda is gay. So I'd love to see Sid returning in season 2 and confronting Miranda about their past. Sid does seem like a gentle person, but I can't help but imagine her saying something to Miranda, Brittany Murphy in Clueless style, with a satisfied pout at the end. Another character which I'd love to see back is Blair's Underwood's Dr. Robert Leeds, but specifically as Naya's love interest. Look, I know that Naya is married, but her marriage had some serious marital problems, so maybe she and her husband Andre got divorced between season 1 and 2. And no, I don't have anything against Andre, I think it's okay, I just need him out so that Naya could meet Robert. Her season 1 storyline was depressing AF and she just needs more fun. So, picture this. Naya calls Miranda and tells her all about that mystery great guy she met and invites her on a double date. Naya brings Robert, Miranda brings Che, and it gets awkward. Or even better, they make an episode in the style of Gossip Girl Thanksgiving episodes where we get all the characters in one place. Steve, Miranda, Robert, Naya, Andre, Che, and we get the season 6 elevator scene all over again. Does this sound silly? Well, good, because season 1 of And Just Like That was way too sad and gloomy, and all we need is a good dose of foolishness. And last but not least, we need Amalita back. Maybe she could be Seema's old friend, maybe there were roommates in their early 20s and it will be later revealed that Carrie knows her too. I don't know, I didn't think it through. All I know is that we need Amalita's magnetism, her personality, her infectious love to make this show fun again. Number 1, Carrie ditches her tote bags. This one is weirdly specific, but am I supposed to believe that when Carrie had financial problems, she was carelessly jogging in Manolos, but now when her super rich husband died and left her God knows how many millions of dollars, she carries her stuff in tote bags and not in absolutely beat up Hermes bags like all the celebrities now? I don't think so. Number 2, Charlotte and Natasha are besties. The fact that Natasha and Charlotte never met is beyond me. Charlotte was always the only one in the group to actually empathize with Natasha, so it makes sense that she would be the one to befriend her. And who knows, maybe Natasha also serves on the Mets board and this is how they would get to know each other. Because honestly, I just need to see a Carrie and Charlotte scene when Charlotte says something like, "Look Carrie, I got to know Natasha and I think she's a great person, and if you have problems with this, well, you're immature." Number 3, Miranda gets an actual makeover. In the extras for the SATC DVD box, Cynthia Nixon says,
I felt like in the beginning of the series, there was much more of an attempt to look like an upscale, everyday businesswoman. That has sort of fallen by the wayside in favor of just looking great.
But did Miranda really look that great in later seasons? No doubt her outfits were designer and expensive and whatnot, but I don't think Miranda's personality really matches with bright colors, prints, and statement necklaces. Currently I'm rewatching season 3 of Sex and the City, and this Miranda look is perfection. It's giving Olsen twins, The Row, Matilda Jerv, and Daniel Lee for Bottega Veneta. So it's only fair that in season 2 of And Just Like That, Miranda will get a full style makeover, a cool Tilda Swinton-esque haircut, and she will get back to her oversized coats. Just imagine Miranda in Iris von Harpen, or in Ralph Simmons' era Dior. Number 4, Elizabeth Harley appears on the show. I see her as a guest on Carrie's Sex and the City podcast, where she could talk about her iconic Versace look and her being a sex symbol. Or she could play a fictional character, maybe Seema's business partner, ? Because I have a feeling that Elizabeth Harley would naturally fit in the show's world, plus casting her would continue the tradition of Sex and the City and Gossip Girl crossover, which I discussed in my last video. And by the way, I totally forgot that Big's brother was played by the same actor who played Nate's powerful grandfather, and I have a gut feeling that the list is still incomplete. And the last thing that I wish for season 2 of And Just Like That is for the writers to ditch their rule. So if you didn't know, since the original Sex and the City series, the scriptwriters always had this principal rule that everything that happens in the show must have actually happened to them or to their friends in real life. which brought a lot of realism to this very escapist world. And the same rule was held in And Just Like That. That's why in season 1 Carrie had hip surgery, because this did happen to someone in the writer's room. But the question is, does this really make such a good story? Because I'm sure that those are talented writers and they could easily come up with hundreds of possible stories and situations for those characters.
We rarely write a story that hasn't originated with us in some way.
I once was broken up with by a guy's doorman. I'm sorry, Miss Hobbs. Jonathan won't be coming down. Ever. That had happened to me.
But now I'd like to hear your silly ideas and predictions for season 2 of And Just Like That. Of course, I know that this show needs way more than giving Miranda a makeover to become watchable. It could stop depicting being 50 as a bleak and sexless experience, for example. Nonetheless, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a lovely festive season and a happy new year. Bye!